Hi guys. We are just back from another cruise around the Western Med.
Another?
I know, can you believe it?
Yeah, so we went on the Costa Smeralda last year in August and we loved it so much that we decided to book another Costa cruise.
For those of you that have missed our previous video on this, why? What are you doing? But also, just in case you have, here's a quick VT on the new ship, the Toscana, and what we got up to on her a bit.
So let's roll
VT!
Let's talk about the embarkation. So we actually flew into Rome a day earlier, walked around Rome, caught a train down to Civitavecchia and we stayed in a hotel overnight.
Would not recommend that hotel.
No, I don't think the hotel was the best, was it?
I got bitten by fleas.
And it just needed a little bit of tender loving care. It was looking a bit run down.
Yeah, it definitely did some TLC.
So we actually had quite an early embarkation time.
We did actually. It was really early. I'm not used to having like a sort of...
Was it 11?
Like 9? No, it was like 9 or 10 in the morning. Yeah, it was really early.
It was quite early. After a grueling taxi drive with our taxi driver Mario, which we didn't know whether we'd make it to the port, but we did.
It's the fact that he kept pointing at the picture of Mario from Super Mario Brothers and going, "It's a me, Mario." I was going, "Could you concentrate on the road, please? I don't want to die."
And he was singing and clapping and waving his hands around. But let's get back to the embarkation. So we embarked in Rome. When we got there wasn't that many people there, was there?
It was really quiet, actually. I don't think, to be fair, it's not the main port for Costa. The main start and finish of those Western Med cruises is officially Savona and kind of Barcelona as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we did have to do the testing, but the testing wasn't as vigorous as what it was when we went on the Smeralda. So the Smeralda, we had to get there at least 3 hours beforehand. We had to have a proper PCR test and we had to wait the 3 hours to get our test results back.
However, this time it was a very quick lateral flow, and I mean quick.
Quick, really quick.
I mean, if that was 15 minutes, yeah, okay, really. But they were very safe though. They were very secure. I'm not going to make that much of a joke. They were very efficient.
Yep.
Let's put it that way. Very efficient. Straight through. Before we knew it, I was actually like heading up to the ship. I was like, what? Really? Okay, cool.
I think from getting to the actual port, dropping our bags off to actually getting on the ship was 20 minutes? It was the fastest embarkation I've actually.
Yeah, that was actually faster than Princess's medallion class ones, and they are fast. we've got to talk about the ship. It is a new concept, these ships for Costa. And having been on Smeralda, we kind of thought we knew what we were getting into, but wow, were we wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be an exact carbon copy of Smeralda Toscana, but it's
thought it
not.
was going to be a Virgin Voyages.
Exactly. But the thing is that you did see immediately as you walked on the ship that there were changes, and it wasn't just the decor, was it? It was where everything was placed, and it was interesting how...
They definitely listened to the feedback, and they definitely put in changes that were needed, to be fair, to make people spread out more across the ship. The liveliness of the ship in the evenings, and these ships are built for nighttime, was definitely there. And yeah, they'd also, I think we'd seen it on the kind of pre-launched, a lot of the pre-launch bits, the ship looked quite garish again, and we were like, oh, maybe they've gone back to that kind of clashing, 50 different colours everywhere, you know, need my sunglasses indoors and at night. But actually, it was really tastefully done. It is still got that Costa
flair.
Flair, yeah, let's go with that.
So it is colourful.
Yeah, it's colourful, but it was a lot more muted than I thought it was.
Yeah, I saw pictures and I was getting really worried, and I was like, oh, I don't know. But when you're actually on board, it doesn't look as garish as what it is in the pictures. And the thing is that Costa have a really great way of putting that Italian style in, but it was like different textures, different colours, but it all just came together, didn't it? And it really worked.
Yeah, the one garish thing that I would say was the TV background this time was definitely almost day glow at night time. It could light up the whole room.
Yeah, orange, very orange.
Very orange.
We also noticed where they'd shifted certain bars or certain areas into different parts of the ship, and you could see from, I suppose, a footfall and being able to maximise their profits as much as possible, you could see this. So a perfect example of this is probably the arcade. So the arcade used to sit up near the kids' clubs, and it was sort of tucked away in the corner. So they've actually brought that down into the main area in the main space next to the casino, so that you're always walking back and forth. And I can guarantee you, it was packed all the time.
It's definitely a money maker for them, right near the casino.
Yep.
Adults in the casino, kids in the arcade. It's exactly. It was definitely planned for that. And to be fair, although a bit sad, I was sad anyway to see this go, was the museum isn't on Toscana, but then
the jazz bar.
Oh, the jazz bar, or the piano bar.
Yeah.
Although the piano bar has become much better, it's now the Heineken bar, and that's kind of cool. But the museum has gone. But then speaking to Costa or crew on board about it, at least, they gave the feedback of, yeah, but it's great, but once you've seen it, you don't really go back, and I kind of understand what they mean. So replacing that with a bar and the arcade space actually makes sense. I can definitely see the reasoning behind that.
Yeah. So the outside of the ship was pretty much the same. The only thing that I would say, which was lost, which is a bit sad, is that on the back of Costa Smeralda, they had the sort of the rotundas where people could sit, and at night they were green. They were in the Italian flag colours, and it was so nice at night to be able to look over the back and see that. So what's there now?
It made it a really lively place as well at night to sit out and relax in, and now there's some hot tubs, infinity hot tubs. That's cool. We all love a bit extra hot tub. But the bar space, it was closed a lot of our cruise, to be fair, because the weather wasn't amazing. It lacks that vibrancy that I think Smeralda's bar had.
Yeah, exactly. And it just loses something. That was a real focal point.
Hot tubs would have been better served being up on deck 16
Great.
and make much more of a focal point of that with the bar and stuff that's up there than down on that space, or maybe just add more in both spaces.
Exactly.
Costa's Kids Club is called Squawk Club. Squawk, for those uninitiated, is half dolphin, half shark, half man, and as I've said before, go figure.
Yeah.
Squawk Club is predominantly split into 3 age categories: Teens Club, Squawk Club, and Baby Squawk, do 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 do, Baby Squawk, do 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 do, Baby Squawk
Club.
Oh gosh. Now, dodgy singing aside, Josh actually really did enjoy it. He did say that at times it was a little bit language specific, And if your kids don't, like Josh doesn't speak Italian, they do watch the films in the predominantly whatever language that most kids are speaking. So it was Italian, but then Josh just went and played on the games consoles or something else. So there was still lots of things to do, loads of organised activities. They seem to be constantly doing stuff. In the younger age group, they're predominantly themed around Peppa Pig, and they are much more themed. There is also the
child mining
service. So if you've got a dinner booked or a spa session booked and you've got a younger child, they will look after them as well, and they even have a little bedroom.
I know, they've got like little beds. It's so cute.
So cute. Although Josh was always up till about midnight with us, so never mind.
So with the actual kids club at the moment, so they do run from generally 9 till 12. Like on Smeralda, they can only book you in for 1 3-hour slot, but we took Josh other times to other slots, and if they're not full, then they will take the children.
It's one slot, a 3-hour slot guaranteed per day that you can book them in for another thing. And one thing that they were introducing just as we were leaving is that they're starting to do the food again for them.
Yeah.
And actually certainly on Smeralda and Toscana, they actually have a dedicated squawk restaurant for the kids.
right across from
it.
Kids Club.
So you don't even have to come pick them up and take them for lunch or dinner. They can literally go in and have lunch and dinner in the club, and you don't see them all day, which for us is bliss.
So last time when we sailed on Smeralda, we had one of these extended balcony cabins.
It was beautiful.
It was good, and it was really nice. We got to spend a lot of time, and in summer it was a perfect balcony. This time we decided to go with a terrace cabin, and this is a little...
Sorry, a what?
A terrace cabin.
A terrace.
A terrace cabin.
Or veranda, I think
or
they
veranda.
call them. Yeah.
Yeah, and these are these rooms that are a little bit controversial. So you've got the main room, then you've got sort of this in-between space where you can either have it enclosed or open, and then you've got your balcony. On some ships, these are sitting on the promenade deck, and people have said it's a bit of a shame because people can walk past and look in. We were actually located above the promenade deck, and I will have to say that I thought it was going to be a bit gimmicky, but to be honest, we used it pretty much all the time, didn't we?
Yeah, we loved the winter garden. Let's use the appropriate term. The winter garden was stunning, actually. It was really nice to use, just to sit on there. Even on sea days when it can be a bit windy, you can sit in there with the doors that have beautiful bifold doors open. Sit there with those open, just relaxing, was fantastic. But equally, it meant that your balcony was a real sun trap. Those balconies, certainly on Toscana, those are real sun traps. And the fear about being overlooked, unless there was maybe the first room above us directly could see quite a bit into it, but further up you'd really have to hang off the balcony to look into it. I mean, maybe no nude bathing, sunbathing, but that's not really my thing. So I would say though there are some definite negatives in the cabins. There is a distinct lack of drawer storage space. Not just lack of storage, there's a lot of storage in the cabin, but I would like a few extra drawers, I think. It's a bit limiting, that bits to put those things that you don't want to hang up, etc.
Yeah.
Although, making up for that, the bathroom and the storage in the bathroom is some of the best, I think.
I agree with you there. Yeah. No, I do agree with you with the storage space with the drawers, because I think where the desk is, there's these two small, tiny little drawers, and that's where I usually like to just shove a lot of the rubbish in.
One of those drawers is taken up predominantly by the hairdryer.
Yeah, that's true, and it's just like this little slot there. So we do have a tour of the room as well, so you can view that by clicking this link here. And yeah.
Now, Costa gets a pretty bad rep for its food. However, I have to say, on Smeralda certainly, it was outstanding.
Yeah, and
Toscana, it was exactly the same. It was bang on. I have to say, the menu was exactly the same as well, which it gets a bit boring, but Josh just went prawn, fish, anything from the sea. I mean, it is some of the best. And for the price you're paying on Costa, it is effectively a real budget cruise line. The food quality and portion sizes actually are really, really good. You have to bear in mind, it is designed to have 4 courses. It's still the Italian experience of 4 courses, but sadly, a real negative in the restaurants this time was that the service was quite erratic at times and very slow. Now, this wasn't our waitress's fault. She was amazing.
Yeah.
She tried her real hardest. What they have on the ships at the moment is a real issue with recruitment. Mm-hmm. I think this is across all different cruise lines, across all different sectors at the moment. Recruitment is an issue. But it showed on the cruise line. They are short-staffed. They are having to go all the way from the restaurant down to the kitchen, which is deck 2. So you go from deck 6 to deck 2 each time to pick up all the dishes. So rather than having a wine waiter that's making sure your drinks were always topped up, I almost felt like at times going into the ice bucket myself and getting wine.
ourselves. Yeah,
it would have been quicker. And I just felt sorry for our waiters and waitresses. They were running around themselves ragged trying to do the best job they could, and they did an amazing job.
They did, yeah.
But it was slow, and I think at the moment, if you're cruising, you've just got to give that little bit of extra leeway for them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Recently, Costa have really upped their game, as we've said, with their food, but they've gone one step further now. They don't have one Michelin star chef. They don't have two. They have 3 double or triple Michelin stars. I think between them, they've probably got the most Michelin stars out of any chef at sea. And they've opened up an amazing restaurant called Archipelago.
Yeah, so there's 3 different menus, I think. Unfortunately, Tristan and I could not eat there. So something to take note of is they do have a set menu. It was very seafood orientated, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a very big experience. You're supposed to feel like you're going into an archipelago with the kind of big dead tree, you're walking driftwood tree as you're going in, and it is each menu is chosen by a chef, designed by one of the chefs, and it is an experience to go and have. It does mean you can have 3 very different and exciting experiences there, but for us, unfortunately, with our allergies, they aren't able to change them for allergies.
So one of the big parts of a cruise is entertainment, and as you know from our Smeralda experience, we had some good entertainment.
We had some truly amazing entertainment.
I have to say though that on Costa Toscana, I thought, oh, here we go, the same acts, we've seen it all before, but I can guarantee you it was a totally different experience.
Yeah, some memorable ones. There were some good memorable ones there from Smeralda's experience. We had the Michael Jackson experience, night experience kind of thing. We had some new ones as well. We had they're not the house band, but they're called Ultramarine. Ultramarine?
Yeah, Ultramarine.
Yes, Ultramarine. Yep. They are outstanding. Those ladies can play and sing the house down.
Yeah, it was a quartet from Ukraine, wasn't it? And they were amazing. They were just so much fun. It was so great to see.
Every night in the Colosseum, everyone was there, and they did the Madonna kind of homage.
Yeah.
We also had a Queen homage, or not an homage. What's he called?
Yeah, it was an homage. That's what
he does. Yeah, he says he's not going to imitate exactly
Freddie Mercury,
because who could ever imitate Freddie Mercury's voice truly? But absolutely outstanding nights.
Had the audience absolutely going.
Everyone was joining in, singing, clapping, yodeling.
Yeah,
can't do the yodel, but yes, without the music. But yeah, we were all up singing, dancing. It was a fantastic night. Even Bunny joined in.
Yeah, we spent most of our time every night in the Colosseo. We didn't go too much to the Felpeltro? Felpatrano theatre. We went once, and that was to see the Michael Jackson experience, because we wanted to see it in the theatre this time, and it was a very different experience to what we saw when we saw it on the screen in the Colosseo on Smeralda. But
I do think that's a misstep again, though, that they should have had those shows are designed to be looked straight on. And it was great. The atmosphere was great, but you were missing that experience when it wasn't seen dead on. And I think that show suits itself better to an environment where you
have a front-on audience. Some of the other entertainment that we had was silent disco, dancing by the pool.
White night.
I
mean, who can't go on an Italian cruise without having a white night? They love their white night and their bubble parties. We also had a lot of impromptu shows, which we hadn't had before. They did a money heist thing. They did a Romans,
a Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So
it was really cool, actually. Those little impromptu shows. They were kind of every night as you came out of the restaurant. So it was Justin.
Yes.
Do you feel relaxed?
Yes, I feel relaxed now.
until those big Italian ladies came in and started shouting across the spa.
True.
Yeah. But having said that, the spa is absolutely fantastic. Wasn't as special as our time on Smeralda, where we had the entire wellness suite to ourselves. But to be fair, I think that was a one-off, and we'll never get that again. But we actually this time treated ourselves to not one, not two, but 3 days in the spa. Full body massage for me, hot stone. I keep saying hot rocks, which is wrong. Hot stone massage, which is my first ever time of having a full body massage.
And I had a neck, shoulder and facial, which I've never had before. I got told I had 10 years, and then I sort of 10 years taken off my face. So I sort of looked at the guy and he said maybe 5, and then I gave him another look. And then he tried to sell me £600 worth of products, which was only exclusive to the ship.
Which instantly added the 10 years back on.
Yeah, that's true. So with all these cruises, all this great food, we have to utilise the gym, and so the gym on
it's a necessary evil.
It is a necessary evil. So on Toscana, the gym is a little more built out than I thought. Than was
it is
on
very similar
Smeralda.
to...
It is similar, but I found that they'd moved some of the machines around. So rather than having everything into one space, they had a separate place for the weights. They had a separate place for all the sort of running machines, and then the fly machines and the rowing machines were in a separate room as well. The only one thing I would say is the amount of people bringing their kids into the gym, which
what
was
is
really...
up with that? Who brings their kids into the gym? That's what the kids club is for.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. And it was a bit annoying sometimes, because here you were trying to work out, and then people had all their kids like playing around with all the equipment, and I just don't think it's the most safe environment to take your children into.
Recently, Costa have changed their drinks packages. Gone are the very Italian Prendiamo, Qui Gusto and Interdore, and now you have My Drinks and My Drinks Plus. Now, we have said before, a drinks package is essential on Costa, because nothing is included if you don't. However, Costa have now taken out water from the drinks package, which seems insane.
Yeah.
You do get glasses of water with meals in your drinks package, that's fine. However, you used to get a bottle of water included. You also used to get a bottle of water included if you were a Costa Club member of a certain level or above. They've taken that out as well. And what they're really trying to push you to do is buy these packages of water where you can buy 6, 12, whatever bottles of water. And yeah, take those every day, and it's just...
I will say though, they do have quite good prices on their drinks packages as well. So the My Drinks package is the one that we were on. You could generally order most of what was on the menu. There was only a few cocktails that were excluded, and I believe that it cost about €19 a day. So I think for other competitors out there in the market, I would not have seen a drinks package cheaper than that at all.
You know, and the good thing with Costa is quite often if you look for a deal, the deals they do include the drinks package, or at least the My Drinks drinks package. My Drinks package.
So let's give our final thoughts on our Costa Toscana cruise.
Yeah, so as Costa is, all of their ships are, I'm very proud of this fact, are actually flagged in Italy. They do follow the Italian rules. This does mean though, however, that the rules are lessening even whilst we were on the ship.
Yeah, so I think it was like the lifts, there was like 4 capacity, and then the next day it just sort of turned to 6. So it was really good.
When we first got on, you had to wear the FFP2 mask, the duckbill type mask, and then by the time we were getting off, it was very much the sort of non-lighter medical masks.
Yeah, and the good thing about this cruise was we were finally able to get out at port and do our own thing, which was really good. So we did get out at most of the ports and go for a bit of a walk around, and we finally got to see in Barcelona, what do we get to see?
Sagrada Familia.
And that was the most amazing experience as well.
One good thing though with the excursions, Costa do some very cost-effective excursions. So if you're not the most confident of cruisers or travellers, then Costa do some really good deals. They've also twinned and partnered with National Geographic, which is fantastic. So you get some really interesting and low-priced itineraries.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I will say it is still definitely Italy on sea. So if you're looking at going on Costa, just know that it is very European, and it is geared towards more the Italian, Spanish Mediterranean market as well.
Yeah. As we said, a drinks package is essential, and we will now also back that with bring a refillable bottle with you.
Yeah. One thing I do have to say though is that, as I said before, there is certain parts of the ship that have moved around, I think just to, bring in a bit more profit in that. When we were going past the spa, I didn't feel that it was as pushy as last time. So I didn't feel that the sailing was very pushy. So it was actually a bit more of a pleasant experience.
Yeah, the hard sell was definitely lessened. A lot of people always approach us and ask us about, am I going to be able to go on a Costa cruise as I don't speak Italian? Now, me no speak Italian. So certainly Josh doesn't either. So,
but he did learn a few words.
You did learn a few, and I think they do appreciate if you try and speak a little bit. But equally, most of the crew are from the Philippines or from all around the world, really, and they will speak English as their primary language, kind of almost like a secondary language, if you like, on the ship. So language is definitely not an issue on board.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you reckon? Do you think we'd go on Costa again?
Did we make a mistake going the second time?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think, in fact, I know so. I'm looking constantly at trying to rebook. In fact, we're trying to encourage friends of ours to come on board with us because we think they will like it that much as well.
I think a lot of people don't have Costa on their radar, and I would say it is value for money. It is really, really good value for money. The staff are great.
If you like that traditional Mediterranean holiday that you used to have back in the 80s and 90s, you will love Costa. It is so much fun. We have laughed so much on this holiday. We have had so many moments of just literally almost on the floor with laughter and fun. It is a noisy ship. There is never a quiet moment on a Costa ship.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They are outstanding ships, and we are definitely falling in love with Costa.
Yeah. See you later.
See you soon.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, like, comment, and share.